What's up, fellow gently used dental floss? Today we are talking about Extreme Cheapskates, one of TLC's most terrifying shows.
I don't buy toilet paper. I use newspapers that we get free in town. You use it, and then you put it into this bag.
Extreme Cheapskates is one of those shows that you just don't forget. You might just be enjoying your time at someone's house, enjoying the dinner they made for you, but then you'll remember this show. Terror will flash in your mind as you question, is this actually tuna, or did they feed me cat food? Because yes, that is a thing that happened on this show. A millionaire gave a guest cat food to eat instead of tuna, just so she could save 30 cents.
I'm eating the sandwich, I'm thinking, this is a little fishy.
Tuna fish for people, 89 cents. Cat food for cats, 59 cents. I just saved 30 cents.
The people on the show often are well off, financially set, but they live like they have no money to spend, and they always force this lifestyle onto their families and really decrease their quality of life to unsanitary conditions. This show has a lot of selfish people who could do a lot better for the people around them, but they don't because they really like money. There's one episode where a lady decides that instead of Christmas shopping for her family, she steals from them and then gives them back what she stole at Christmas.
Throughout the year, I take things from my family and they think that it's missing. Then on Christmas, I give it back to them as a gift.
You cannot be serious. I knew you were gonna love them. You were looking for them, right? I sure was. All year long.
She literally is just gifting them things she stole from them. And the show gets way, way worse than this. So let's dive into it. Let's start this off with a bang. The self-proclaimed hillbilly cheapskate, a mom who goes to extremely disgusting lengths to save money. The episode starts by showing us that in order to save money on water, she makes her family of 4 share one bathtub each day. That's how they bathe, in each other's dirty bathwater.
My family and I are so cheap that we all share one tub of water a day. My husband will take a bath, then I do, then Bob, then Ronnie.
Sometimes I actually do want to take my own shower here and there. My parents like to save water.
This cannot possibly clean anything. Like, look at that, it's brown. That water is brown. The Loch Ness Monster is real and it is swimming around down in there. This ain't working. This ain't working out. But hey, at least she'll save less than $2 a day at the expense of her son's mental health. What a steal. So based on this alone, you can tell that her cheapness is severely affecting the hygiene of this family. But it gets worse. She rations out the amount of body wash and shampoo they can use per month to about half a cup.
Ration our shampoo and body wash. I just pour about that much in there. Oh, that's enough for a month. We run out, everybody's out of luck.
So really, nothing is getting cleaned. But it gets worse. This brilliant mind, pioneer of our times really, decided that she was gonna be revolutionary by making her family not use toilet paper, but instead use newspaper that she has stashed in her wall.
I don't buy toilet paper. I use newspapers that we get free in town.
One sheet, you don't need more than that. And then you put it, when you get done, into this bag. And when this bag's full, we take it out and burn it. I've insulated this window with newspapers. I can just lift this window, and there's me some more toilet paper.
This is their lair of filth and decay. There is no hope for them. I guarantee there's a bunch of flies circling around in there. And they burn that disgusting toilet paper shrine. They light it on fire when they're done in some sort of sacrifice to the fly god. As if this wasn't bad enough, she also lives in darkness to save money on electricity. She just navigates around their home using a lamp. I'm really convinced here she's just really into role-playing a little cave dweller. Now you really gotta ask, is it worth it? Is the toilet paper, is the living in darkness, is the sharing poopy bathwater really worth saving a little money a month? It's nasty, and you know, it can't be healthy. What also can't be healthy is that instead of storing food in a refrigerator, they have a sort of ice box set up outside that really doesn't work.
This refrigerator doesn't cost a dime to run this, but the ground keeps it at about 55 degrees inside. The meat, well, we'll keep it in there no more than a week.
So he said it's stored at 55 degrees. That's not the temp a fridge should be, and he says he keeps meat no more than a week. AKA, they have kept meat for a week. They see a week as a fine amount of time. Sources online say you should keep your refrigerator at a temperature less than 40 degrees. And on Google, when you search how long you should even keep meat refrigerated, this looks even worse because it says 1 to 2 days or 3 to 5 days. And that's at the proper temperature, which they are not storing it at. So they're really pushing it here. There's no way what they're eating is 100% safe. But these parents don't care about safety, especially the mom, because apparently she removes her own teeth instead of going to the dentist.
If I have a cavity, I just take a little chisel and a hammer, and I sit there and chip it and chip it and chip it until I can knock it out. I've been known to take it and whack it really hard. You get knocked out for a minute, you come to and you finish.
It's insane. And now let's finish things off with this family by looking at one final thing. They have multiple bedrooms in their trailer, but instead of using them, she said all 4 of them share a bed to save on heating because body heat is just perfect.
We all share a bedroom. We only utilize this one. The rest of the house we blocked off to save on heating and cooling. 4 of us sleeping here on this king-size bed. Saves a lot on heating bills because we have the body heat.
Now this family shows exactly what is wrong with people on this show. The mom is forcing her lifestyle on her family. Her kids have to give in to her authority and they don't like it. But because she wants to save money, everyone else has to suffer. It's not a show about kicking waste to the side or finding money-saving life hacks. It's a show about how far will your own selfishness go, how many people will you neglect, just to save some extra dollars. It's nasty, and there's a lot of people on the show who do hold members of their family hostage like this. Like, for example, one guy has set up a mini economy in his house where he rations his family members to a limited amount of supplies each month. And if they want to use a supply, they must buy it from the store he's made using his currency he also made.
Justin gives us 45 chips for the month. Everything that we need, we have to choose wisely.
You know, toothpaste, go ahead and get a quarter-size glob. That's it. That should last you at least 3 days right there. After those 45 chips are gone, they're gone.
One particular.
He's basically role-playing store owner and making it everyone else's problem. He also holds his family hostage by not allowing them to use any water in the house. Instead of using running water like a normal modern person, he makes them clean everything using his makeshift water bottle system. He puts a tiny amount of hand sanitizer in a plastic water bottle and calls it rinsey water.
Justin removed all the shower heads, duct taped all the water faucets in the house, so we have to use water bottles.
Got soapy water, you got your rinsey water.
Soapy water, rinse water. It's like, there's not enough water to rinse anything.
And he won't let his mom take a bath if it goes above a certain line in the tub. Now that we've talked about how people treat their families terribly, we gotta look at the romantic relationships on this show. How do those go for these cheapskates? Well, pretty obviously, not good. Meet Roy, sadness in the shape of a man. He puts his credit card in a block of ice so his wife never uses it. And more egregiously, Roy hangs paper towel and dental floss he's not done with on a clothesline in the middle of his house so he can reuse it.
These are my paper towels that have been used and reused and reused and reused. This one's gotten 3 or 4 cups out of it already. I have probably a lifetime supply of dental floss considering I reuse it. So I'll use it once or twice, make sure there's nothing clinging on, hang it on my clothesline.
That's right, Roy is not just a cheapskate, but a dirty cheapskate. But don't feel too bad for him because he treats people, and especially his wife, like trash. You know, funnily enough, he actually does look like every guy in those I Hate My Wife boomer comics. Now, how does Roy hate his wife? Well, he never takes her on dates, and when he does, it's just depressing.
Roy never wants to spend money, so we hardly go out. It's date night, Roy.
Again? We just had one.
That was about 30 days ago. I have it down on the calendar.
It took you somewhere expensive. Remember, I drove you to the gas station.
I mean, in middle school, the gas station was pretty good. You got to get those 1-foot-tall frosters or slushies, Slurpees, I don't know, whatever Americans call them, these things. And now, I guess the gas station is a pretty expensive place. Gas prices, am I right? And while I'm at it, what's the deal with airplane food? Originality 100%. I should be hired for SNL. Very impressive. Roy and his wife go for ice cream and he decides to exploit the poor local business. He asks for 14 ice cream samples, and then when he's done eating them, he just walks away and says he's not hungry anymore.
How about I try and see which ones I like? The samples. One of each, maybe?
One of each?
Do you want to taste?
This is a birthday cake.
Oh, birthday cake.
What can I get you?
Oh, what else you got? Beautiful. Thank you very much.
What are you getting?
I got these. I'm full now.
Full, thanks a lot. Well, they didn't pay for nothing. You just ate 14 samples.
I feel bad for the wife. I think we've all been there. Someone we know just does something atrocious like that, and you don't want to be a bad person like them, so you go to apologize or something, but the damage is done. Like, Roy has already eaten the ice cream. There is nothing she can do. For their date night this month, Roy brings his wife to the movie theater, and she tells him that she wants snacks from the concessions at the theater. Which, I mean, fair enough, considering Roy thought she'd be happy with the lone apple they smuggled in.
You said you didn't want the apple.
I don't want an apple. I told you what I wanted when I came in. That I wanted popcorn, candy, or a drink or
Pretty
something.
insistent on that, aren't you?
That doesn't work. No one wants to eat those at the movies. Unless you're one of those TikTokers who will point at a bowl of ice and raspberries and call it nature's cereal. So Roy caves in and tries to get his nagging, annoying, expensive wife of his some food. So he grabs popcorn and a drink from the garbage and then uses these containers to get a free refill at the front.
My lucky day. Popcorn. This movie theater gives free refills with their popcorn and soft drinks.
Well, nice. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Aren't you lovely?
Yes, I am.
I feel so bad. She looked so happy and he never told her she was eating garbage. Isn't that wonderful? While I wish the awful husbands ended with Roy, there is another. Meet Abdul, a man who will haggle literally anyone in his path. He is the final boss for minimum wage workers. They don't set the prices, but Abdul does not care. He will show no mercy. He will fight to the death for a bargain.
Haggles anything. If you can make that right there, 343 in the tank. Oh man, I don't know if we can do that. I mean, 350. 64. 1164. Correct. How about I just get rid of the 64, let's just make it $11 even. Did you want to take off a shake or a burger? Or? No, let's keep everything going. Okay, well, yep, it would be $11.64 then. Let's just take 50 cents off and let's just call it $11.50.
And Abdul does this pretty much everywhere, which makes his wife pretty sad because it's too embarrassing to go back to places he did this at.
And Abdul haggles, I think to myself, this is one more store that yet again I cannot go in. You can't go in those stores again.
Now Abdul says he wants to do something special for the 10th anniversary with his wife. He wants to do something special for her. He wants to show her he really cares. So he decides to throw a party inviting 6 people using a very large budget he sets for himself.
It's my 10-year anniversary is coming up, and I want to do something special for my wife. But I really don't want to spend a lot of money, so I gave myself a budget of $25.
Now let's restate something mentioned earlier in this video. The people on this show are not poor. $25 is not all Abdul has to offer. It's not like he's pouring his life savings on the line here.
So it's not that I don't have money, it's just that I don't want to spend it all.
This show is literally about people who have money to spare, but are just trying to be cheap at every possible option. He went to the party store and the balloons being sold at $12 was too much for his liking, so he tried to debate the price with the cashier over the air in the balloons.
We're up there at the counter and this balloon is $2.99.
And you fill it up with helium, right? Is that what you do?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay. What if we did like 3/4 of helium? So air is cheaper than helium.
Air is cheaper than helium.
If we did all air in the balloons, what are we looking at?
We breathe oxygen every day, but I have to pay this guy for his oxygen? No, I'll use my own oxygen. $3.75, we got a deal. I can't do that. I just gave you a heck of a deal, I know. $2.25, we got a deal, Gary. Come on, Gary. How about $2.50? Gary, if you go $2.50, we go $2.25. We go $2.70.
He's using an anniversary sale balloon and police car balloon for his wife's anniversary party. Abdul also goes to a bakery with absolutely delusional expectations. I mean, he went into the store expecting to get a nice cake big enough for 6 people for less than $10. So he went in there and kept trying to get the worker to drop the price, but she wasn't budging, and then eventually they landed on the idea of cake pops because that's much cheaper. And then Abdul has the audacity to tell her that she should make the cake pops cheaper for him because they used leftover ingredients that were gonna be thrown out anyway.
We have cake pops.
Cake pop. What does that look like? What is a cake pop?
It's layered cake, frosting, cake. We're gonna get everything that a cake would have.
Is that made with leftover ingredients?
Yes.
Okay. Could we get that to about 75 cents? But we're talking leftover ingredients here.
Well, they're fresh.
You're gonna throw them away anyway. 85 cents.
That's not even how cake pops work. Sure, cake pops can use leftover cake from the bakery. It's a good use for it. And here, it's an intended use for it. It's not like the cake isn't fresh. The cake is fresh, it's just there's extra, so they turn it into a cake pop to be efficient. It was never gonna be thrown out, and it's not expired. Now, Abdul has pretty much everything ready for the party, and he decided to use plates that say Happy Retirement and Happy 16th Birthday for, again, their 10-year anniversary. And then to excuse his behavior, he tries saying, hey, I'm still a great husband. At least I remembered my wife's anniversary.
Most husbands don't even remember their anniversary.
All these balloons. This is a lot of love right here, I tell you.
The bar is on the floor. It's 6 feet under. This is the bare minimum. The wife comes home, the party starts, and the balloons are hanging on the wall because Abdul didn't want to pay for helium. He's asked about that, and instead of being honest, he straight up lies.
Why are the balloons kind of hanging from everywhere?
That's an interesting story. Here's the deal with that. They have a shortage on helium. So each one of those balloons, I blew.
You know,
a helium shortage. Glad to know this relationship is made of 10 years of honesty. See, the thing about him lying is that he knows what he did was wrong. He knows it's wrong. He's just so selfish and does not care. And that's pretty much everyone on this show. From stealing items from your family to give them back on Christmas, to making your family share brown bathtub water. We've seen it all. Extreme Cheapskates was certainly a show, and I think this leaves us with a good question to ponder. Is it really worth it? No, it is not. But tell me, what are your thoughts on this? Gonna use any of these life hacks in your life? I hope not, but if you like the video, feel free to stick around on the channel, subscribe or whatever. I also got a second channel, a Twitter, and some merch you can feel free to check out. Thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day.